Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin, and welcome to our podcast talk show.
Yes, welcome. Welcome to us talk about some fun stuff, you know?
Yeah, we talk about a lot of subjects. Actually, last episode was fun because we got to talk about theme parks for a long time.
Absolutely. It was a good time.
A little different than normal.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Yeah. But we still got our shows in, too.
Extra long episode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was good. It was a good one.
Fasten your seatbelt. Maybe take the extra long way into work or home.
I like that. I like the thought of that.
Yeah.
I like the thought of that, you know? Scenery. Yeah. Take the scenery route.
Take the scenic route.
No. You want to see the scenery route.
I want to see the scenery route. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's a scenic route, but the scenery route is the better way to think about it.
It's like that Wanda,
you know?
Oh, man.
That's funny. All right. So before we get started, though, let's start talking about, we're going to talk about. Just make sure, if you want to get notified when we drop new content, you can put it like, subscribe on the channel, so you can do that. If you have any ideas or anything we talk about, you have any stories that you want to tell us a little bit,
Love to hear stories.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything. Just shoot us an email. It's cktalkaboutnothing@gmail.com. And then you can also tweet us at CoreyKevin1.
Highly encourage it as well.
Highly encourage. It's good. I mean, it's a good idea. I'm just saying,
I check the Twitter every day, so.
Yeah. If you want to make fun of somebody, I will be the first to tell you. You brought it up already. I spelled WandaVision wrong, okay? I made the clip. It's on me. My bad.
I'm like, well, something doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. And you know what? It happens.
It happens,
It happens.
And the funny thing is I might have been, I don't. When I was doing it, I think I did two different titles, I got in the one the way what turned out or whatever. So I think what I did is I typed it right in that one when I looked it up, and then I transferred to the next one. I didn't.
You second guessed yourself. You're like, that doesn't look right.
And then so I put what I wanted, and then
Wonder Vision.
Yeah,
Wonder Vision.
Yeah. So
that's season 2, Wonder Vision. So Wonder, he's still alive.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
Dun dun dun.
Sign us.
Yep, I'm in.
Yep.
So
well, cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a hefty week last week.
Yeah.
Did you have it? Did you have? No. Okay. So what? So
no, we didn't. We didn't have a hefty week this week.
Did you watch anything other than the movie?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
I believe we watched because we had filmed on a Thursday.
Yes.
This last time. Yeah. So I haven't had all that much time.
Gotcha.
I did not watch any Loki. I'll tell you that right now.
That's upsetting.
I know.
Was really hoping a little bit of talking about.
We caught a few more things like the Olympics.
Yeah,
those actually came to a close on Sunday, I believe.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Which was cool. We watched, some soccer. It was kind of fun because I was like, Clem, instead of watching whatever we usually watch, this is on every 4 years.
Yeah, let's watch.
We're not really all into sports, so here, get a little bit of sports in
Yeah.
there. And it was, I think. I can't remember the teams, but it was women's soccer going for the gold because USA took bronze. So I think it was Sweden versus Spain or something like that.
Well, I think it might have been actually.
Yeah. So I can't exactly remember, but so it's fun because Clem and I go in the backyard here and we're kicking the ball back and forth, or she's got a good kick so far, and everything, and
got an arm.
So I'm like, well, Clem, look, you know the ball we kick outside, okay, well they're kicking that ball too, just trying to score and all that stuff. She's just standing there watching these people. I mean, it's only entertaining for so long,
for sure. Absolutely.
But we watched a little bit of the Olympics. I'm really trying to think if we caught anything else, and I really don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I didn't go crazy because you are right. I kind of forgot that we recorded so back to back so quickly.
Yep. So this is back to back.
This was back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like flat
several days in between.
Well, yes, absolutely, yeah. But version, but yeah. So yeah, because I mean, really, I didn't actually. I caught a little bit of the Olympics. I'm still on my Marvel train. So like I'm just like still watching some of that. Like I watch like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
okay.
so I watch those. I mean, so like I like watched some of that, but one movie that I watched which I thought was hilarious because my cousin came over. And he hasn't watched this movie yet, and I'm pretty sure that we talked about it. I know we've talked about it on the podcast, and then I'm pretty sure I thought me and him talked about it. So like I just flipped it on because we're getting ready to play. After we got done watching the other movie, we were going to play the Kittens.
Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens. So like
great game, by the way.
Huh?
Great game, by the way.
Fantastic. I'm telling you, highly recommended.
Exploding Kittens.
Yes.
Not safe for work editions. Very funny. Plus, I think they have expansion packs.
Yes.
But anyways.
Yes. Fantastic. He did get the new one, which is pretty fun. It's a little annoying sometimes, but it's pretty fun. So we gotta try that out too.
Right, yeah.
So and then but anyways, so the Wrong Missy is the one. Yeah. So we definitely I know we've talked about it because it was hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious.
I'm telling you, it's so funny. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's so because like see, and at first I thought he watched it, and I said something about it, and he was like, no clue, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh man.
So then I'm like, you haven't seen this yet? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh man, like I'm telling you, this is gonna like change your like. I was trying to like think of something, but anyways, like it's gonna change his way he's gonna look at like David Spade being funny. This girl, I mean, dude.
I'll tell you, like Netflix has a ton of like Adam Sandler,
yes,
David Spade comedies where it's just like, man, they're just spitting these out. And so the trailer was like, oh great, another
it's not
another like what, Happy Gilmore
yes.
or Happy Madison Productions or something. And then it's like a total like you are completely unexpected.
Yes.
Like it is one of the funniest movies we had watched in a long time.
Yes,
man.
to open up this scene, I just thought this was hilarious to me. This whole setup is remember where she sets him up at the very beginning. So he shows up to the bar and says, "Hey, I'm here with my brother. He's the guy wearing, I forget the exact term that she said." And then so essentially she's the blind date for David Spade's character, and then then David Spade thinks that this guy and this girl, this is the girl, right? But no, it was she set him up to go down there and talk to the big boyfriend and say, "Hey, I'm gonna steal your girlfriend away from you."
I don't remember this, but
no, but so you don't remember that part at the very beginning at all?
I can't remember that.
Gotcha, but it was funny because he's a big dude. So all of a sudden he stands up, he goes, "You think you're funny?" Because she's pregnant, like they're like, you know what I mean? It's like a serious relationship. So she was just messing with him. Mm-hmm. So this dude gets up and gonna like threaten him and doing all, it's just really fun. That's what sets up the whole bathroom scene where he's trying to escape out of the window. Do you remember this? Any of this? You don't remember where she said?
Well, I mean, what came out in 2019? Give me a break here, right? 2018, 2019.
You watched it in 2020.
I've watched a lot. Okay, let's go back.
No, I don't want to go back
because I've watched a lot of stuff since then.
Okay, I'm upset about it because this scene was
I
so
remember
funny.
her.
This is the very first part. Remember, she slides on the toilet when she goes. He's like, "Oh, you gotta take a poop ski, huh?" You don't remember this scene at all?
I mean, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then she's like talking to him, and then he's hanging out the window. She leaves, and then comes back, and he's hanging out the window.
Yes.
Okay, so it's all coming back to you, right? Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry, I was very just what she says it was just funny. So, but I'm telling you, like she's just the way she's like, "Oh, are you trying to escape out the window?" Then she goes, "Oh, I did. I've done that plenty of times." You know, it's just the way she like just goes at it. He's like literally like flopping out the window in the guy's bathroom, and she's just sliding underneath. And then he comes out, and he comes out. And it was just funny. I mean, that she's a registered nurse. She's a registered everything. I'm just saying. Like
a marriage counselor or something like that.
Yep, a therapeutic, CPR. I mean, everything. So I mean, she's certified and everything. It's just awesome. She's just hilarious. So
loves to drink.
Oh.
The Wrong Missy. That's a funny one. Yeah, I'll have to give that one a rewatch.
Tony, it's rewatchable. That's the thing I loved about it.
Thinking about comedies, that kind of makes me sad. There's something that happened. Was on 6th Sunday. I think that's what that was. Today's the 7th? No, today's like the 9th, right? Anyways.
Today's the 9th. Yeah.
Trevor Moore. Have you ever watched The Whitest Kids You Know?
I don't think so.
All right, so they were like a sketch comedy group.
Okay.
They actually ran for 5 seasons on IFC.
Okay.
They were absolutely hilarious. Jessica and I have watched all of them. They're hilarious. Have you ever watched like The Kids Down the Hall? or I think it's The Kids in the Hall or something like that.
It's just not sounding familiar. I mean,
so it's you know what Lonely Island is, like how they're like a comedy troupe or whatever,
yes,
like
okay.
Or even like the Practical Jokers, they're like a group and they do comedy bits. Yeah. Well, that's what these guys were like. They did comedy bits and kind of like I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah,
it's just like that, but it's this specific group of guys. And, one of like the main guys, he passed away. This damn. He was only 41. It's just wild because I was like, man, that's like super young. Dude had a lot under his belt too, like comedy wise. He worked on things for like Comedy Central, Funny or Die. He actually had like a prank show that went for like over 60 episodes on Disney.
Wow.
He like did a ton of stuff that I'm like I didn't even know about. I just know because like The Wildest Kids You Know has some of the funniest skits I've ever seen. Like those guys were the ones that had put me in. I needed an inhaler back then too, right?
Oh yeah, got it.
And there's like one in particular where this guy named Timmy is in it, and it's wartime, and they're like shooting, and a guy gets shot, and he's like, gets like super dramatic, and they're like, whoa, wow, that guy was super dramatic going out, and they're like kind of making fun of him, and then another one gets hit, and he goes out super dramatic, and so like this other guy's like, hey man, don't make fun of me if I go down. He gets shot in the head, and like half of his head's like gone, and he's like, it's like, holy crap, soldier, like you're still alive. He's like, yeah, don't make fun of me though, like I'm not being dramatic. He's like, no man, like I can't believe you're still alive. He's like, okay, I'm gonna die now, don't make fun of me though. It was just one of the funniest skits ever, man. Dude, they just have so much funny content, and they they create a YouTube channel where they have all their stuff too.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's just Wildest Kids You Know on YouTube. So I'm like super sad because I for the past couple months, I've been checking out their YouTube. They put out like new stuff. They started doing a little podcast where they were doing exactly like we were, like Discord calling everybody in the group and talking. I'm like, man, this is so cool. And then we get that news. I'm like so bummed, man. It's like
what from? Like, I mean, do you have any idea?
It just had an accident. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. That sucks though, man.
But had you ever watched Miss March?
That one sounds familiar.
He's supposed to go to prom with this girl, but he falls like down these stairs and he goes in a coma, and he wakes up and she's like a Playboy model, and so they try to road trip it to the Playboy Mansion. Okay.
No.
Well, it was written by the Wise Kids, and it was actually like their big movie.
Oh, gotcha.
Theatrical release movie.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
So yeah, they've done a whole bunch of stuff. I guess this Trevor Moore even like interned with Lorne Michaels, who is like the creator of Saturday Night Live and all that stuff, which is really cool.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's super bummed because I'm like, man, that's
sucks,
like a whole.
Man.
Oh, so one of the members. Did you ever watch Wrecked?
Yeah,
on TBS.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the main guys on there is Zach Krieger, I think his name, or something like that. He's actually from The Wise Kids You Know. And he was on TV series and everything. So
gotcha.
So they all had
for sure. Yeah, okay.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. The Kids in the Hall. You never watched The Kids in the Hall? I'm pretty sure that's. I'm gonna just the Kids
in the Hall, right?
Yeah. Kids in the Hall.
Let's see.
It's a Canadian television show, but that's funny. That actually ran for 5 seasons too, but it's the exact same thing where it's a group of people who dress up as different characters and do different skits and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now you probably would at least recommend, or remember a face, because he's the principal of the school that Charlie is the janitor at. He was actually in the Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, okay. I can. But I was trying to wait for that picture to load up.
I remember being in like middle school, finding that show on TV like late night, and being like, "What is this madness? This is hilarious." And there's this one sketch where like this guy works at the sausage factory and he brings home sausages to eat, and his like dad or grandpa or something is just like sitting there at the dinner table going, sausages, like that's like all he says, but like every time he says, there's like more drool coming out. And he gets fired for stealing sausages because he just wants more sausages.
His life is just sausages.
It's I don't even know if there's any other words in there other than the guy just going sausages. It's again out of context. It might not be that funny, but you watch some of that stuff, you'll be laughing.
I mean, I laughed at Daddy. Would you like some sausage?
Daddy, dude.
I laughed at that. Like hilarious. I mean, it sounds like the same thing. Yeah.
So Freddy Got Fingered. What a movie!
What a movie, man.
Oh man, I haven't watched that. We once had a Halloween party, and one of our friends came dressed as the Backwards Man.
Oh really?
I'm like, that's so impressive.
Yeah. Good for you.
I can run as fast as you can. I'm a Backwards Man.
That's funny. All right, so remember I had told you earlier I had a question for you.
Yes.
So back to The Wrong Missy. Somebody showed up there when they're in the airplane, okay? Which was another hilarious scene when then she gives him that dog they gives him the dog tranquilizer, and then he wakes up and she's doing something under the blanket. And then you find out after it all happens that she did that for 40 minutes. I just thought that's fucking hilarious.
Right.
She looks at the old lady behind her. I heard you.
That's funny.
So it's really funny because he didn't know he was sleeping.
Yeah, right.
So it was just really funny. But then there's a person riding in the airplane with him, and you may not know this because you know what I mean. It's
I don't
been a long
remember.
time.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
But it's Hugo from Lost.
Oh,
okay?
no! Oh, did they make it like he's like?
So he wasn't.
Does he play himself?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, they don't say anything. I'm just saying. So like in there, so he has a scene where David Spade says, "Hey, will you smell my breath? I'm getting ready to meet the girl of my dreams. Will you just make sure my breath doesn't stink?"
Yeah,
so he's like, bring it. So just really, so like he brought like it was like a big scene for him. Well, remember I told you I was watching with Sean, right? So I ask him. I'm like, "Hey man," I'm like. Who? I'm like, oh, what show is he from? And he looks and goes.
I'm gonna flip a chair real quick. Hold on,
I'm
getting ready. I think I know what you're about to say.
So
go ahead.
Okay, so did Sean? I definitely he's not a losty because I'll just tell you that right now. Do you think Sean really watched and paid attention to the full show?
Of Lost?
Of Lost because he did not recognize.
If he did not recognize Hurley, then there's no way.
Yes, no way, right? Do you remember Ben Linus's daughter?
Yeah,
didn't recognize her, which.
Okay, that one I'll give you, but
a little bit.
I would recognize because she's been in other things. But
that
one I'll give. But an absolute main cast member who is from the very beginning and the very end, like
makes it all the way through. How do you
even the deleted scenes of? I mean, it's over. So like Hurley's the one. I mean,
no, absolutely.
You know what I mean, so like
that's it.
You would know. You'd be like, no, that's friggin' Hurley. Yeah, no, that's garbage. He didn't watch it. He's a liar.
Thank you.
Liar.
Okay.
Hey,
bro.
If you're watching this,
loser.
You're a liar.
Liar.
No, we're not going to call him a loser. That's bullying.
What? No. Sorry.
Don't call a liar.
Liar.
Just like Corey watched all Lord of the Rings.
I have.
Pretty sure that's a lie.
I may have lied before, but I've now watched them all. Just so you know, I really did.
Later, after you had said you did.
100%. I'll tell you.
You're like, I got 9 hours. I gotta. All right, let's fit this all in.
It was so funny. So I did. So don't question me.
Last night we went to bed and I had The Hobbit on.
Oh, okay.
Right. It was the end of the first Hobbit.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I'm like laying there and then all of a sudden I'm like up because I'm like watching it because I'm like I just love it. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're not like. Lord of the Rings is way better, but I still enjoy it because it's still like, you know, you're in the fantasy land of it also.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I'm watching then the second one, Desolation of Smaug begins, just because like, you still awake? I'm like, oh yeah, this is. I'm like, I'm gonna try to fall asleep on a commercial because right now I'm captivated. Well, I love those movies.
That's so crazy.
I can't wait for the Amazon show to come out, man.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. The screenshot alone, I was just like, just release it. Come on.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean it's you know, even if it's not even like much, it's just like a notion of we're getting close. 2022 sometime. I think maybe spring 2022. I don't know. I might be making that up.
You're definitely making it up because it says not announced date ever. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute. That's
so funny.
What year are you?
What is it again?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings show, right?
Yeah, Amazon Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Dude, I just want to see Sauron like wrecking it.
It actually says 2021.
Interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah.
First episode date, 2021.
When though?
It doesn't say that.
Okay, well that's very vague.
Well, I'm just saying, but look at it though. It really says it just says.
Yeah.
I mean, it just says 2021.
They're like, we're leaving it open.
Yeah.
You know, there's still a couple of months left before we get to be like, okay, we're gonna push it to 2022. That's like with they have a new game they went through a beta, but the streamers were, telling them, hey, there's some bugs, there's some issues with it. It's an MMO,
okay,
massive player, MMO, massive multiplayer online. That's it. I had to think for a second. It's been a few months.
Yeah.
But yeah, they released a new game called New World.
Yes.
But they had a lot to work on, so it's not going to be now released until September sometime.
Gotcha.
It's like that's.
But see, that's something though that I think is actually really cool.
I like it. That used to be Blizzard's way.
Yeah.
Was to we're not ready. I would rather you take your time, release a final good product.
Yeah. Because I don't want to get aggravated.
Well, yeah, you have an update first date. Well, why isn't it just like a part of the install?
Exactly. Yeah. So why even release that? Just put it part as a main install.
That question's for you. Anyways, game studios, just release something solid.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you have to take your time, take your time.
Exactly. I don't care. No.
People need to get with that opinion as well, though, because otherwise, I want it and I want it now.
And for sure, absolutely. Then play with the bugs.
And and it's just like,
so,
why?
Sometimes, so I think, so I'll use Fortnite as an example. Every single, if there's an update and there's a bug into it, it literally will blow up on YouTube and Twitter and all.
I'm sure it's
every
known.
Streamer's doing it. So you're I'm like, guys, why though? You know what I mean? There's no, you're putting that content out there and just absorbing this thing. So they'll shut down. They've shut down creative on Fortnite. They've shut down a bunch of stuff because people are legitimately doing just whatever. I mean, but it still happens.
Well, that's like in World of Warcraft because if there's a bug and somebody's abusing that bug, it's dude, you get banned. It's a well-known bug and you're just abusing it, especially if you're a streamer like that.
It's stupid. It's just dumb. Well, it's like people using hack in Call of Duty.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you right now, and I've said this joking around, okay? But I'm telling you right now, this
guy got hacks.
Well, yeah, this dude shot me from across the map, and he had 4 kills in a row, and on the kill feed. Then he shot me from across the map. I'm telling you. So this dude was hacking. So he just literally just firing. If you want to see some crazy hackers,
that's crazy.
They're getting 60 kills, 72 kills out of 150 in a game because they
I do that. It's okay.
Well, yeah. just dropping people, dude. It's insane. It's crazy. Just when you get just look some up sometimes because it's ridiculous. But I was playing. I'm like, how did that even happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guess what the crazy part is? The hacker can actually shut down the kill cam to where it doesn't show you the kill cam.
What?
So the only way you actually have to sit back and spectate after you lose.
Actually.
But then this is the problem though too because you have to remember the guy's name because remember they have the gulag in the war zone.
Yeah.
So then if he kills you and then you go to the gulag, you don't go back to that guy that killed you the first time. So if you don't go back and remember the guy's name, you have to go into who killed me, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
so it's a lot more of a thing to find the guy left. So sometimes it's hard. But there's streamers that will they'll finish watching a guy's entire match because he's just hacking. It's these people are getting ruined. These streamers are trying to put their name out there. Do you know that a month they're doing 100 and I think it was 120,000 accounts a month right now, shutting them down because people just set up a new email. That's all they're doing.
Jeez.
So it's ridiculous. Instead of kicking people's accounts off, why don't you guys just fix it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Man, speaking of Call of Duty, you get a PS5 yet?
No, I'm trying, man.
Are you?
I swear to you.
So I did see somebody online said this is BS, by the way. That they were able to get a PS5 from GameStop, but they're part of the premium.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you pay for the premium thing, but this is the thing though, I didn't want to do it yet.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I did. I 100%. I did. I was going to do it at first, the very beginning of it. I'm like, well, I want to wait because if there's a huge delay of them coming out again,
well,
I'm paying for
how many months? Yeah,
right. So now that people are getting them, what I may end up doing, I don't know though because how many people are behind now? That's the thing. And if I don't jump on at the very beginning, I'm going to be behind now all these 3 months of people buying this to be on this premium membership.
Yeah, that's another way of looking at it.
So
I think it's catch-22 right there.
Exactly. So I'd rather just catch my luck and get one and just sorry, GameStop, you're just not going to be my option. You know?
Yeah, I mean? Walmart, Best Buy, or something. Yeah,
something. I mean, just something. I
wonder
else.
if like Micro Center ever gets them in, or
that's actually a good
Target. Look at Target.
Target's definitely. I know Target's will sell them because they definitely have games up there.
Yeah, you know what you should be doing, right?
Yeah,
is going to these stores, start networking with the electronics salesman. Be like, hey, can I just give you my personal number and you text me when you get a shipment in? I wonder what they would say. Treat him like a friend first.
I'll bring him a coffee, iced coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good idea, dude. I mean,
iced coffee.
It's not like it's like it's not a government official, so it's like not like illegal bribing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, maybe that'll work.
Maybe that'll work, bro. Sorry, you just had me like.
Oh, for what? Micro Center?
Nope.
Target.
Yeah,
you never know. You never know.
Yeah, definitely nothing though. I mean, it's not. I mean, they just take it off their app.
What's funny is like all the places that do show it.
Yeah.
Like you can't buy it, but like the price that they show is like $9.99.
Well, well, because you know why? Because it's third party sellers, so they're actually selling through like Walmart. If I go to Walmart right now,
hold on.
Yeah,
seriously, I would never sell one.
If I go to Walmart, I can buy one. If I want to spend a G on one right now,
you'd be able to. Yeah, you're right because the third party sellers.
Exactly. So that's how they're doing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's why you have to be careful. That's why I was so mad that day because they actually changed to where it showed their two versions of it. So then because it was never up there. And then all of a sudden it was like 2:30. It actually said it. So that's why I'm like, I clicked on the one I wanted. Boom, let me get that one, right? Let's do it. So then I had it set up perfectly, dude. It was actually up there for the $4.99, and then with the taxes and all that shit. But like, it was set up.
Nothing.
Sorry.
So we'll just ask community, please.
If
if you know any information, send it our way.
Please. I'm like
got a few friends who are starving. Actually, me, because I'm like, man,
if you give me $1,000,
pissed off. October 20. Yeah. Donations are set up.
Yes, for sure.
CK, talk about nothing. Gmail.com.
Plug.
Yeah. Yeah, The Hobbit, man. You watch those? You watch the series on that?
I didn't watch a series of it. I've definitely watched I think it was the first one. I think it was on TV one time, and I forget where I was, and I ended up watching it to pay attention. That's actually how I watched the Harry Potter too at the very beginning. I loved the Harry Potter books growing up, and then when the movies came out, I liked them, but I for some reason I just didn't. I don't know if it was just it wasn't cool to go see Harry Potter movies or something when I was a kid. You know how everything rules it. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
So I mean, nowadays I don't care. I mean, I'll watch whatever I want to watch. You know what I mean? But as a kid, you're like, well, wait.
Well, yeah.
On Friday night when I'm going with my friends, they don't want to go watch Harry Potter. So
you want to watch a horror movie or Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Oh, totally the horror movie.
Yeah, what do you think?
Nah, not my friend group. We're going to Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that sucked. I mean, what happened?
I don't hang out with jocks.
What? That's true. That's
yeah, right.
All right.
You guys want to go see that new basketball movie? Yeah, of course.
I've seen all of them.
Seen them all. That sweet baseball movie.
Angels in the Outfield.
No, that's a good one.
That's a good one. See, I knew you'd like that one.
I like Angels in the Outfield. Yeah. Well, if you are say I like the idea of having The Hobbit. I think maybe one movie or two would have been fine. I get why that's a trilogy, just because whatever. But I feel like it's just too stretched. The end of the second one, you're like, okay,
okay,
maybe split half in the first and half in the second. But anyways, it's just I've watched Lord of the Rings so many times.
Oh yeah, okay.
That it's so nice to see something else like that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. That's why I'm super excited about this Amazon Prime show, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch a preview when I'm done. I have it pulled up.
I don't think there's an actual preview. I thought it was just a screenshot.
Oh, Target ruined it.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it's a huge production, and we're talking in the billions.
The YouTube trailer.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a fan made. How long ago was it? It
says One Media. It doesn't say. I can click on it.
Well, yeah, that just might be like a fan made trailer. As far as I've seen, there's been no trailers, no anything. It's just like almost like a screenshot of something. But
yeah, we'll see.
We will see. So yeah, we didn't really watch much.
No, did you watch the show, the movie?
Oh yeah, I've watched the movie.
Okay, all right,
dude. Of course I watched that movie. We were gonna watch it Saturday, but we transitioned Clem into that bed, and we didn't get done until like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Yeah. I'm like, there's no way I'm watching this movie. I want to be awake, attentive. But yeah, I watched that movie. Do we want to get into that right now?
I don't know. You said you didn't watch much. I just want to make sure that you watched it.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny if I didn't. I just winged it.
I
part,
that.
And I'm like trying not to listen because I don't want it ruined. Let's see. Yeah, I mean we could talk about it. I don't know what else you got.
I mean, really? I guess that's pretty much all I watch. I kind of said I watched Galaxies. I've already done that. I didn't watch any more of the show. That I'm gonna actually start this week. I am gonna watch the Falcon.
Nice, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now Guardians.
That. Yes.
James Gunn, who Suicide Squad, but he talked about. With full circle.
Full circle, man. Always, man.
Yeah, there's always like an actor or some way that we can segue into something. Yeah. I mean, it's hilarious. Yeah. But he was talking about some major casualties for Guardians 3. I'm like, man, that would be cool. Let's see some deaths. We saw Yondu, who, that was it Savant or whatever in Suicide Squad. Yep. What a funny movie, man.
What, Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny.
But I wanted to go back and watch Guardians because, man, that's such a fun,
it's so fun, exactly,
movie.
Yes.
And the second one is definitely not as good.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun movie. Like the characters are just good.
Yeah,
man.
For sure.
They're just solid, good characters.
I can't believe I just forgot his name though. The
Star-Lord?
This muscle dude.
Drax.
Yes, Drax.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah. I always want to call him that, but he is so funny in all of them. Dude, the scene where he it just gets me is when he's like, "I'm standing so still." You guys, I figured out invisibility.
Yeah.
Stand super still. You guys can't see me.
Yeah.
And then he's moving his arm. If I move it slow enough, you cannot see me. Dude, I'm like, this guy just cracks me up every time. The whole cast does.
Yeah. It is seriously solid. It kind of reminds me of like the gang of the boys,
for sure. Absolutely.
They all have like this violent R rating.
Yeah.
To each individual,
every one of them. Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah. Drax. He's gonna be in that new movie Dune.
Is he?
Yeah. Not Drax, but Dave Bautista.
I thought he was dressed up as Drax.
He dresses up as Drax.
Shyamalan twist.
Shyamalan twist. Yeah, Shyamalan twist.
Yep.
Now the Dave Bautista was saying that he was like broke before he got that role for Drax. I'm like, man, that's crazy, dude.
Really?
Like he's a good actor. The comedy that what is it called, Stuber or something like that, and there's another one where he tries to like almost do like the pacifier type of gig or the game plan like The Rock or Vin Diesel, where you do something with the child and it's a PG rated movie. And that just looked terrible.
I'm sorry, you don't get the watches on those.
Yeah, and
it's not the big ticket ones.
It's just, I don't know. Like I think like we have like that stereotype character already so many times that it's like I think you're way better than that. I don't think you needed to. You almost took a step backward.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I didn't really. Yeah. Yeah,
because I mean, you're Drax. You're on top of the world right now. Then he's in a whole bunch of other movies. Man, I can't think of it right now. But he pops up everywhere, and then he's in Dune. He's in like these huge production movies. It's like, bro, don't sell yourself short, man. Stay out of those awful ones. You're not a PG guy. You're gonna be a PG-13 or rated R guy.
Yeah, You need to be.
You need to be.
I mean, just look at his photos. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, he's in Army of the Dead.
Duh.
I couldn't. I'm a guy.
Army of the Dead.
We just saw this guy. Like, I mean, what movie is it?
I'll quote.
Are you talking about My Spy?
The Doy.
And I did watch.
Yeah, My Spy.
I did watch My Spy. Actually.
You watched that?
What I think. Oh wait, no, I didn't. I didn't watch My Spy. I watched. I seen this one on there, and then what was the other one? That I actually watched. Oh, Yes Day. Remember that you?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason I'm watching Yes Day instead.
Yeah, so he's in a bunch of stuff though.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
What Hotel Artemis? Is that what it is?
There's
no, not Hotel Artemis. It might be something else. Oh, he's in Knives Out too, coming out too. I think.
Are you talking about? There's Final Score, Stuber.
Yeah, Stuber looked pretty bad too.
Didn't see it. Dune. He's in 007. Spectra.
Yep, dude. I mean, like,
yeah.
Don't. That dude's good. Keep that dude around.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's another one that I know that I've seen him in. That I just can't. There's a Hotel Artemis.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay,
yeah, he's in Hotel Artemis, which has a big cast.
Man, what was the other one? I know that I've seen him in something else.
Have you heard of Army of Thieves yet?
Army of Thieves?
Yeah.
No.
So we've watched Army of the Dead. Right.
Yeah.
With Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
We just talked about David Bautista. So you remember the guy who cracks a safe?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a prequel to Army of the Dead. It's called Army of Thieves.
Oh,
and
so
he like
his
leads.
Story? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. It's like
okay. All right.
It's like a heist movie, and actually, that guy I'm pretty sure is directing it.
Oh, who?
The guy who did the bank heist and everything.
Oh, so he's not in it.
He is.
Oh, so he's actually in it and directing it. Oh man.
He's pulling old Mel Gibson. Dude, oh yeah,
dude.
You know he is.
Yeah, big guy.
That's funny. Man, you lost my train of thought. But yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah,
have you seen the trailer for Dune?
Yes, I have actually. Yeah,
that looks super interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I never saw the original.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was very strict on my movie watching and what I watched until Kevin became my friend. I was limited on a lot of things, movie wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I really was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched. I'm not saying I watched like nothing. You know what I mean?
But your brain has to expand.
Well, for sure, yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know if it was really you or you just said, hey, dude, like something. I forget what I don't even know what you did. I don't know what movie I
waterboarded you first of all.
Well, okay, I didn't want to bring it up on camera.
Oh, I'm just saying. I meant.
Okay, I'll cut that one.
Everything was family friendly. I didn't do the whole Clockwork Orange thing where I held your eyelids open and forced you to watch really good content. I didn't do that. Wouldn't have done that. Have you ever watched a Clockwork Orange?
No, actually, I haven't. No.
Oh, dude, that's a Stanley Kubrick one, man. That's a wild movie.
I don't know.
Wild.
Shit freaks me out.
It's not like a horror movie.
Sounds like it.
Kind of is.
See?
There's some things in there that I'm not even going to talk about.
Good.
Because it's horrific. Some things that happen to a lady.
Ew, bro.
They drink milk. They go to bars, sit there and drink milk. It's an interesting movie. Huh. Anybody who's watching this podcast or listening, and they've seen A Clockwork Orange, they know what I'm talking about. It's nuts. You'll watch it. You're going to watch it.
This is the real life version of the McBoyles?
Drinking
mother milk?
Yeah, mother's milk. Yeah. No, you're going to have to watch it.
I don't know if I want to because I hate those guys.
No, but you will watch this movie. The Stanley Kubrick movie. You will watch it.
All right.
You don't have a choice.
He's going to do it again.
Yes. I mean, no.
Okay, I swear I'll watch it.
We'll have to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. We'll have to go on a Stanley Kubrick run, you know?
I'm in.
You watched The Shining.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, I knew that.
At his finest. I knew that. Did you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Did you?
No.
So anyways, you want to talk about this movie?
Yeah.
James Gunn? I feel like we're just trailing now.
For sure.
Yeah. James Gunn, written and directed The Suicide Squad.
Bow, bow, bow.
Idris Elba, John Cena.
Yeah.
A couple other people.
Some couple.
Margot Robbie. Joel Kinnaman. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah. You're really good at the names. I'm not. I can tell you faces. I can tell you who people are.
Yeah.
But names.
Viola Davis.
Did you say John Cena?
Yeah.
Okay.
Viola Davis. She plays Amanda Waller, who's just tough. She's a tough woman, man. She's like the director, like
yes.
who, yeah. Trying to press the button.
Yeah.
She's a tough woman. I remember her in the first one too, and I'm like, she's just like, you don't want to mess with her. She's like way worse than any villain. Of that, you know what I mean? Like, she's a whole nother villain.
She is.
Viola Davis, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But yeah,
I have it pulled up, but I just didn't want to.
Ton of characters though. Jai Courtney, Pete Davidson. Oh, Nathan. I love this guy, and I can't. I just forgot his name.
Who are you talking about?
TDK.
Oh,
yeah.
Nathan
Fillion. Yeah, I love TDK. Dude. All right, so like. I tried my best. Like, I didn't want to watch any previews. I watched the first trailers when they came out, and I'm like, that's enough. Like, I don't want to see a lot of this movie. And but when I saw like TDK and like Nathan Fillion, I'm like, all right, I don't want to see anything else. Like, I know like this is gonna be amazing, but like when he shows up, like. So that's what TDK is. Yeah. That's what the detachable kid. And he's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
They just dripped off and he's just slapping him around. I'm like, what is going on here, man? Yeah. I was laughing so hard, dude.
Yeah, it was.
And then his poor arms are just getting shot up, dude. Oh, my God.
It's funny. For some reason, when I first turned it on, I don't know why. I think the way they set up the scene, I was really super, like... involved in it, so I didn't laugh at first.
Really?
I didn't. Okay. I was not like, for some reason I was just. Even Sean said something. He turned around and said something to me. He's like, dude, why you look so mad?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you don't find this funny.
Well, yeah. So then, I mean, once he said something, like for some reason, like I slouched down, like I got all comfortable and like focused on the movie, and just I was not in a mood to laugh at the moment. He said something to me, and I sat up. Next thing you know, I laughed at more.
Slap yourself around a little
bit.
Exactly.
Like, okay, wake up, you know. Yeah. So I like get up. So
because this movie had us roaring.
Yeah,
man.
there were some
really funny parts. Plus. Wildly violent, wild action.
I think a major difference from the first one.
Yeah. There's a lot of violence in that one too, but I mean, as far as movie wise, absolutely, a huge difference.
Yes. I'm sorry, but this one, I mean, is definitely higher rated.
I do hope that one day, because it's like the same thing that kind of happened to Zack Snyder for Justice League, kind of not the exact same situation, but kind of happened to David Ayer for the first Suicide Squad.
Okay,
and so he said like his movie's way different, and studio stepped in and changed a whole bunch of bits and switched up the tempo and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So like I kind of hope that one day that there's a Ayer cut. And the Snyder cut for Justice League. I hope there's an Ayer cut for his Suicide Squad, because. Man, one of the first things I saw somebody, post on Twitter, finally I could forget about the first Suicide Squad. I'm like, that's so crappy, man.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was still a good movie.
Yeah, I honestly, it's still like a $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
It made a ton of money.
For sure.
The characters are good. The storyline kind of sucks. And, there's a whole bunch of missed opportunities. But whatever, right?
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
But somebody still put a ton of work into
absolutely.
it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
you don't have to be like, let's just erase it. Come on, man.
Well, I think a major difference what they did from the first one to this one too is there was a lot of you have to learn characters, and people for some reason just I don't think love that. Especially like the second one, you know what I mean? Because like if you think about it, the first one you met everybody, and everybody showed you kind of their skills. You met Harley Quinn in the jail cell.
Right.
You took Deadshot out of out of jail.
See, I like the tempo of this one where they didn't like really bother you with that stuff, man. I really like that. Like, let's develop as we go along. Let's see their full potential.
Yes.
Especially Polka Dot Man.
Oh,
I loved Polka Dot Man,
dude. He is hilarious. Well. Yes.
Okay, I had to look up who plays his mom because that was. It's your mom.
It's
you
your
know,
mom,
and yeah, it was just one of the funniest things I've seen. You know, this. I mean, I'm assuming everybody knows who the big villain is, but I don't want to ruin like what happens with Polka Dot's mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, it's hilarious.
I do love it.
Yeah.
I love this movie. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you my honest rating about the movie. I at first, okay, this is kind of funny. So at first, even because Sean even asked me at this, for some reason I had a little bit of like I wouldn't say like a total negative thing about it, because I loved it. Cause I mean, I did like the movie, but I really, like when he asked me the question, I really think about it. And I'm not saying I didn't like love it, but I thought there were some parts that I'm like, okay, we're kind of for some reason the stupid humor sometimes is not getting me as much as it used to. Oh, I'm not saying that I do love it, but there's sometimes that like some of them are just don't hit me like others do. Other ones I love the stupid, like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a stupid humor show the entire time.
Well, right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
so I'm not saying that, but like sometimes with certain characters, I think it's so like unbelievable they said it just throws me off at first. Like
so who?
Well, so there was a John Cena one.
Dude, I love John Cena's character.
You did?
Oh my god,
dude!
I was so like, oh dude. I'm so pumped because he's getting his own series on HBO as the Peacemaker.
Is he really?
Yeah. And they had so much fun with that character. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, gotcha.
He is hilarious because the one line Jessica and I were laughing so loud because like Idris Elba's character, Bloodsport's like, nobody likes to show off, and he's like, unless what you're showing off is dope as fuck. You know, it's like, that's true. That's true. You got me there. Because it was dope as fuck. He just like shoots someone, and he's like, oh, you missed, or your bullet's too small. It's like, nope, hold on.
Yeah. Nope. Well.
Now what happens after that when they meet up at the tent? I mean, that's pretty wild.
It is.
That had me laughing even harder, like in a horrible way. Bloodsport, Idris Elba, I always loved. I think the only character that Idris Elba has ever played that I just did not like is from The Office.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
He's such a jerk.
It's like too much.
I like how he is towards Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's funny to knock Jim down a peg. For
sure, 100%.
When you got to make him actually, like when Ryan becomes like kind of like more of a boss to him, and he's like, all right, we need you to start picking up your numbers, and he actually starts working because he's like fears it a little bit. That's funny, but I did not like him in The Office
at all. Even
the volleyball match though is funny.
Well,
because they're straight
shit
talking.
100%.
Yeah,
I mean, he also though I don't know. I just didn't like him in general in the show.
Oh yeah, in that show.
I just have a hard time saying. I mean, because the volleyball scene is definitely it's funny.
It's funny, yeah. I really like Bloodsport. That's Idris Elba's character.
Yeah.
Ratcatcher 2. I don't know her name.
But I thought it was a really cool idea.
Daniela Melchior.
Okay.
You know they created that character. That's not an existing DC character.
Oh, gotcha. I said Sweet Fact because I've never heard of her before.
Yeah,
but I remember I told you I was never a huge DC.
Well, plus I mean the list goes on and on. I mean, there's stuff that Polka Dot Man like. All right, so Peacemaker, first issue was like 1966. You know, if he's not really used much, you know, how would we ever know? That's like way before our time kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ratcatcher was fantastic. Okay, sorry, I just had to say this too. I absolutely love the style of this movie. The titling, the way they made it part of the environment of the movie.
Yeah.
How they told Ratcatcher 2's story and it's showing up in the bus window.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a beautifully done movie.
It is. For sure. 100%. I did absolutely love that. I think, and like, even like, so at first I was like a little bit worried, I'm not going to lie to you, about the shark guy. The shark
Dude, he's awesome.
Well, I know, but like, for some reason, I thought like the way he was going to look and like the whole thing, I'm just like, I'm not going to like, I'm not going to like love it, you know? We'll see like what has to happen. Well, he sold me. The guy
I saw
when I liked him, I'm like, I'm gonna love this, right? Yeah. That's exactly how I thought. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, here we go. So I mean, I was in. Like I said, I love the movie. I
did not like Killer Croc from the first one.
Oh,
it was not a fan.
Gotcha.
Do you remember Killer Croc?
Yeah.
So I was slightly worried because I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, instead of Killer Croc, we have King Shark. But
yes, I do. What am I thinking? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm born for this.
It's not
awful.
Yeah.
But I love King Shark.
Yes, me too. I think he does way better.
Felt horrible for him at moments, and then I was just super pumped for him at others. Like, okay, there's a moment in this movie that I thought was really funny because it's very similar to a Hulk smash. It was Yum Yum or something like that, right? Go Yum Yum or something like that, where he's like, Yum Yum? Okay. He's like, I get to eat? All right, cool. That's all he wants to do.
Yeah, always.
And, so I laughed so hard when he was like, because he's almost like, Bloodsport's almost like Captain America at a certain point, like calling all the shots, so he's telling everybody to do.
Yep.
So in the first Avengers, Captain America's like, Hulk, smash. And so
awesome.
this kind of reminded me. I was like, all right, you Yum Yum, So he's like, okay, and then jumps on dude. Also, Harley Quinn, she does so Margot Robbie does so well as Harley Quinn.
She does a fan. I love that version of Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
I think that she is just fantastic.
If you can't see how this demonstrates how well of an actor she is,
yes, it's insane.
Incredible.
So so do you remember there at the very end? There's always heartfelt scenes at the very end. You know what I mean? So remember there was a heartfelt scene between her and Bloodsport. Okay.
Yeah.
So they had a heartfelt scene. She went from sad straight back to how she normally just talks. You know what I mean? She gets her moment. Then.
Yep. Milton?
Melton?
Who's Milton?
Yeah, Milton. What?
We
just talked about Milton. You were. Yeah. She goes, we just spent 2 hours talking about you and Milton.
He's like, no, we weren't.
Yeah, no, we weren't. Nope. So it's just really funny,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, okay, so there's another scene in there with Bloodsport. Remember when he got a visitor?
Yeah.
Man, that was an intense moment, man. You know what I mean?
It really was like a really good dialogue too, though, because it felt really authentic.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, that's what it obviously wasn't a great scene. I'm not saying that by any means, but it was like it's just like actor to like a scene like that. It was a good scene.
It was. So, it was authentic. Man.
Absolutely,
it felt like, man,
they both did really good. You don't expect that.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, I will talk about little spoilers, but nothing big. I don't want to, we don't want to do that.
I couldn't believe the body count.
Insane, dude.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, you got a lot to choose from, so it's fun.
It's a good time.
But holy cow, man.
Still, I just can't help it. That made me like that smacking around after, because I never finished it, but what I did is I actually rewatched it again.
Oh,
after
okay.
he left, that's just the first half.
I got you.
Because I told you it was in a totally different mindset.
Right.
So when I did that, I went back and I laughed harder. That was my whole thing. That I just didn't do at the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all.
No, yeah, that's. I totally want to rewatch it.
Oh, do it. I'm just.
Pete Davidson made me laugh so hard when he's sitting next to Weasel.
Okay, let me make sure. He was in the first one, right?
No,
he was not.
No.
Man, what was he in that I could have swore just for some reason he reminded me. I know I watched his other movie with his
King of Staten Island.
Yes.
No, I don't remember.
I thought maybe when they were in jail or something.
It's very possible.
I'm telling for some reason.
Sorry. No, but so when they're on the airplane, I even think it's in the previews, but when he's sitting next to Weasel and he's like, "Hey, what is this thing? Is this a dog?"
Oh, yeah.
and then Boomerang's like, what kind of dog would that be, dude? Like, seriously, you really asking if that's a dog? Like, what? And then Harley's like, oh, I've always wanted to meet a werewolf. It's just some freaking weasel. who's awesome. He's like he's like not totally harmless. He's eating like 26 kids. Or something.
Yeah, we're working on that. You know, I thought so at the very ending of it too.
Yeah,
I knew what was gonna happen. I'm like, I knew it. I was like, I knew I was gonna come.
So Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother.
Yeah,
he does the motion capture for Rocket Raccoon when they're on set. Bradley Cooper does the voice, but Sean Gunn will do like the motion capture for Rocket. Yeah. And when I saw Weasel, I was like, I bet you Sean Gunn's the motion capture for Weasel. And he is.
Oh, nice.
He even and Sean Gunn's even in the movie. I think it's called Calendar Man or something like that. But he's in the prison scene where he was making fun of the polka dot guy. He's like, "Oh, what are you gonna, hit me with polka dots or something like that?" Oh, gotcha. And you find out what polka dot man does, and you're like,
"That's different. That's different." Isn't that insane?
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I love Polka Dot Man. You know that dude, that actor is in Ant-Man.
When?
He's like when they're doing they're starting up their convict they want to kind of like create that convict business of like security, home security and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And there's T.I. and like the Russian guy.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's him. Oh boy. I could totally be wrong.
Oh no, I think you might be right. Actually, I'm picturing his face there too. Actually, I think you're right. Okay.
Yep, Ant-Man. Okay, I was like,
for sure. I'm like, I had to really think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, yep, there he is.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, am I thinking of somebody else? But no, that's him.
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm like, that's cool. You get to be in like DC and Marvel. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Perks of hanging out with James Gunn, you know.
Exactly. Bada bing, bada boom. So, back to who is the mom?
I looked her up. She's in a ton of stuff. I don't know her specifically.
She's not. What's her name from the Leftovers, right?
No.
For some reason, my first saw her, I'm like,
I could see that.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but
no, it's not. But that's funny. That one.
I'm telling you, I don't know why. At the very beginning, I'm like, that's her.
There's so many scenes with Polka Dot Man where like he's like, I just see my mom. And I'm like, all the his time. Perspective is just like, oh my god, this is like creepy.
This is super creepy. This is super weird. You know, I mean, there are some things that So at first he makes a comment too of like how he can be a superhero, a superpower, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How he can do that when he starts talking about it, and then he says that he pictures somebody, right? But then there's a lot of other scenes that he's also picturing her.
Yes.
So
awesome.
What is happening here? You know what I mean? Like, it says
because that was one of the funniest lines too. Because Ratcatcher 2 says to says the Polka Dot Man is like, I thought you were the crazy one, and he's like, I am.
Yeah.
He's like, oh wait a minute, if these guys are nuts, like, oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Yes, for sure, absolutely, yeah. That's
the John Cena's like, there is not like what a horrific thing to say when he's like, there's not a man, woman, or child that I wouldn't kill to create peace. And I'm like, that statement is pretty problematic, man.
Absolutely.
Like, that's why I love Peacemaker. He is horrible.
Yes.
He's awful.
So I'm actually kind of excited.
Anything in his hands is a weapon.
Yes, I'm excited that he actually has his own show. Because you surprised me with that. I didn't know that.
So beacon of hope.
Yeah.
It's not a toilet. Yeah, it's not a toilet.
I didn't hate his character, man. There's a couple scenes I just didn't. I even forget what they said because they were just so unforgettable to me. Yeah. I just didn't like it. You know what I mean? I just like
the banter between Bloodsport and Peacemaker just had me. I love now this part's also kind of like in the trailers, but when Harley is in the taxi cab and sees these guys. Coming around the corner. It had me laughing so hard because they're like trying to be sneaky, but it's like, bro, like it's daylight. Everybody's seeing you right
now. Everybody, yeah. You have a dude that's wearing half a suit.
It's like you guys are very noticeable right now.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Then they're starting to go about. It's just like I could go back inside. That's so nice.
It's so funny.
There were so many moments. Like I loved every character because I felt like. They all had their limelight. They all had their show-stealing styles and everything. Absolutely. So it's just like, it's awesome. Sylvester Stallone, it's really funny because, like, I saw the name in the title, in the beginning, Sylvester Stallone, and at the end, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought Sylvester Stallone was in this, but then I was like, oh yeah, King Shark. He voices King Shark.
Exactly, 100%. I see. Right away, I could tell for some reason.
Right, it didn't click to me until I was like, "Oh, of course."
Yeah, of course. Well, it's funny because you're probably waiting to see him, so you didn't even
exactly. I'm like, wait a minute, where the hell's Rambo?
Huh?
You're comparing your life with John Rambo again, right?
No, I was there.
You don't hunt a man. The most dangerous sport. Yes. You don't hunt a man. First blood. Okay, now you're definitely referencing John Rambo's life. You went to Vietnam in the 90s.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you ran a business there.
You know, when a kid falls in the soup, that's okay. That's more soup.
They liked it.
He's like in the cab. The cab driver's telling about the statute of limitations. He's like, oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah, we take it back.
Oh, my God.
You got a good food spread there. I live my life by Frank.
It's more soup.
Yeah. I make my sandwiches in my mouth now. I don't make my sandwiches anymore.
Frank Reynolds. We need an entire episode where we just talk about Frank Reynolds.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Frank Reynolds needs to be in the Suicide Squad.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, the trash man.
The trash man. That's all of a sudden.
Oh man, yeah. The Suicide Squad. It's got
highly,
a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think 92. I thought it was 91.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's probably leveling out the more people are watching and everything.
But fantastic. It was definitely in the 90s. What is going on there?
Yeah, I loved it. And if you haven't watched it yet, get on it. If you need to watch it on HBO or better yet, go to the theater.
Yeah.
I know, like, all these tabloids are like, oh, it totally disappointed in the box office. And it's like, well,
when you have a service doing
Delta variant and all these other things happening, it's going to be lower. And
absolutely.
You're not talking about streaming numbers. Let's talk about that. Like, I wonder how. I mean, it's clearly a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes with a ton of reviews.
Yes.
People clearly saw the movie.
Yes, 100%.
So it's like, let's not worry about box office numbers, and let's just make sure we're doing our absolute best to make every single movie that you're making a good movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
But hey, whatever.
We can't make.
But I digress. The Suicide Squad. Way bloodier, way more violent than I thought, and I knew that this was going to be a violent movie.
100%.
But really good story.
Yeah.
Great.
Thing. Yep.
Just great all around, to be honest, because like it was like there's like it's almost like an onion because like there's so many layers to it.
Sometimes it can throw you for loops a little.
Oh
bit.
yeah, because I mean, you got to be. I don't even know how to say it. You got to be able to pivot.
Yeah,
because the mission changes
very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly, and I mean knowingly, but when the action, the plans happen, the plans work, So
but another one of my favorite moments with Harley is like they're on the beach in the beginning, and Amanda Waller or Savant's like, we got to pull out of here. This is Rick Flag's like, we got to pull out of here. This is crazy, and Amanda Waller's like, nope. You're going to stay there. And Harley Quinn's like, okay. She gets out of rocket launch. She's just like, whatever. Like, let's do it.
Yep. It's funny. I mean, she gets something from somebody, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that, when she stands up at that moment, when she gets caught, and she stands up, and then he's like, she goes, he gave this to me, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Why? Just the way she's so offended by that. It just made me I don't know why. It just made me, I'm like, that. It just made me.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah. I love that, especially like at the end when she's like, I think I know what I need to do now with this thing. She's just like her brain, like, something shiny. Oh, what? Over here,
100%. Yep. Oh, she loved it.
But
it's phenomenal.
So I did see there's a sequence where she like uses her feet to like lift the key out and whatnot.
Yes.
She did that. Like taking the key and unlocking everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. James Gunn said she is Margot Robbie is one of his favorite actors because she's like just super versatile. Like you could throw anything at her and she's like, okay, well let's try it. He said John Cena's the same way, and that's why like that Peacemaker is just so fun.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because John Cena like, okay, let's try this, and John Cena's like, let's try it. You know?
For sure. Yeah. He actually is fun. You know, I think John Cena there for a little while had his super highs, and then for some reason I feel like his like acting, people like just didn't love it. I just feel like I'm like
he was actually one of the only funny things about the movie Trainwreck. I'm not a big fan of Amy Schumer.
Okay.
She can be funny, but most of the time I don't think she's funny. I think she's like tries too hard or thinks she's super funny.
Exactly.
It comes off. Yeah, exactly. Comes off that way, and it's just like a. But Bill Hader's obviously hilarious in that movie.
Well, yeah.
And so is LeBron in that one. You know. Oh, my man's talking about sex.
Yeah.
Sexual intercourse or whatever. He's like talking like a total nerd or whatever. But anyway, like John Cena is probably the funniest character in that show or in that movie because, you know, like, especially like when they're doing it or whatever. And he's like, you know, say this or whatever. And they're like, I don't know, man. Yeah. It seems like you might not be into me, you know, as a woman. But yeah, I felt the same way. But have you ever watched, it's called Blockers, but, you know, obviously there's like a rooster in front of Blockers, so it's like called Cock Blockers.
Got it. Okay.
Have you ever watched that?
Nope.
John Cena's in it, and he is absolutely hilarious.
Really?
He does a butt chug.
Oh, nice. All right.
He's hilarious. And I felt that way, too. Like, he's just, he's not given the roles, right? Sure. Like, he does what he can, and then it's like, well, if it's a bad movie, whatever.
Yeah.
Fast 9, whatever, like that's separate. You know?
Exactly. This is a big year for that gentleman.
It's a big, I'm
telling you, that's
for him.
crazy.
I just like absolutely loved him in the Suicide Squad, though. I'm like, I can't wait to see him in this fucking show.
Well, yeah, for sure. Like I said, I mean, there was a couple things I didn't love, but I think overall, as a character, I mean, I'm excited for the TV show. If that tells you anything, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, all right, let's go. You know, let's see what happens. So
yeah, I feel like you know you get lumped in with. That wrestler crowd, and you have to do specific movies, and it's like, well, everybody's branching off. You can't just limit that.
Yeah.
And John Cena's absolutely hilarious.
Well, yeah.
Wipeout. Have you watched the new Wipeout? It's with him and.
With
she's from Nailed It.
Yes.
I can't remember her name right now. Nicole something.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh.
It's Nicole. Come on. Byer. That's it. Nicole Byer.
Yeah.
But she co-hosts that with John Cena, and they're hilarious. I mean, he's just like seems like a really authentic person.
Well, yeah.
So it's just it comes off that way too. I don't know, to me.
Yeah.
So I'm always down to give him a shot.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think he was terrible, but there were just movies that he was just. I just think that he got bad raps for. You know what I mean? It's a bad movie, so he gets a bad rap for the bad movie. Well,
right.
I mean, sometimes an actor can only do so much. Sometimes I feel like. So.
Yeah, I did see something where it's like this is John Cena's second chance in Hollywood. I'm like, I don't think he gave him a chance at all.
Exactly, for sure. I mean,
he did. Cock Blockers was a really funny movie, man.
Yeah,
we laughed pretty hard.
I want to go back and watch it, man. I can't believe I don't know. I mean, is it an older one? Like,
it's on the Vudu.
It's on the Vudu? Okay.
It's on the Vudu. I would say a couple of years old.
Okay. I mean, but still, it's a couple.
It's with Leslie Mann's in it. Okay. Man, we're having a rough time with names tonight.
I'm telling you,
Normally,
you're on top of everything.
Names.
This full circle tonight is not as long, you know.
I know, but there's this other guy. He's from like the movie Neighbors and stuff. It is Ike Barinholtz. Like, of course, I should have known that name, but he was actually in the original Suicide Squad. Ike Barinholtz. He's like one of the prison guards. But
wait, okay.
He's also in this Blockers movie, and he's hilarious. But Leslie Mann, she's always hilarious. Yeah, they're just like these parents that are like, oh, our kids are going out to prom, and they're like cock blocking, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to find the character.
Yeah, you know Ike Barinholtz is.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Yes, I do. 100,000%.
He's a hilarious dude.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He's almost Nick Cannon hilarious, but
he might be above it.
What?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, Suicide Squad. 2 thumbs up. Yep. 5 inhalers.
5 inhalers.
I'm just kidding, but definitely had me laughing.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. I mean I had some funny moments. I liked it. I mean,
I loved it. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it. I'm excited. They're all the characters. I'm super pumped for this HBO show. Like, the mass killing. Obviously, it's like it's mass killing. You sick freak. But you're like, come on, this is hilarious.
This is what it is.
Especially when you find out that camp. So bad. But anyways, watch the movie so we're not spoiling stuff. Then let us know what you thought.
Yeah. You spoil it to us.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Because by the time you watch it,
yeah,
I've watched it twice already.
For sure.
So, yeah. What else you got?
That's all I got, man. That's all I got this week.
Yeah? All right, cool. We want to let these people get out of here then?
Yeah, absolutely. Let them go watch the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Do it.
We vamped it up enough.
For sure. 100%.
All right.
That's good. It's definitely good. It's definitely worth a watch.
It is, yeah. All right, well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Have a wonderful week.
Have a great week, guys.